All right. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Keep It Pushing podcast. I'm your host, Braxton, with Tony, who's, I don't know, got that weak LA Dodgers hat on, but we had an episode yesterday. That footage was lost, unfortunately, but we're going to go ahead and re record that stuff for y'all. Starting off with last night's playoff game, the Knicks lost to the Pacers again. Bro, I don't understand how this keeps happening. You got Tyrese Halliburton, who honestly I still agree with the players' vote that he's one of the most overrated players. Not a superstar by any means. I mean, he's borderline superstar. He's a star for sure, but he's not a superstar. And he's just out there like him. And then Siakam dropped 39 on the Knicks, bro. It's inexcusable. We had mentioned yesterday that Thibodeau didn't play Cat at all the whole fourth quarter, which is inexcusable because you have like he's your number two option on that team. Why is he not out there on the court, especially when it came into crunch time?
They also haven't been performing as good as they have in the past. In the crunch time, I saw a stat up on the TV
Pacers are
during
7-0.
yeah,
That's not.
and it's like the 10 games before, they were putting up crazy numbers in the crunch. They were doing good in the crunch. They were playing good defense. I mean, we saw Mikal Bridges guarding Jason Tatum like he was his son. Um, they absolutely demolished the Celtics. So it's like I would like to see them turn this series around and do better. Thibodeau needs to stop acting like Darvin Ham. Take your hands out of your pockets. Put Cat in the game. I mean, you play. These are the same guys you were playing for 40 minutes a game last season. Do it again. Like at this point, it's
Why
winter
you
going.
switching it up out of nowhere?
What are you talking about?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the Thibodeau.
Oh, I was about to say, like, yeah, like out of nowhere, like New York City's ready to burn itself down, and you won't allow it to happen. Like, come on, bro. Like,
And now,
I
now
feel
we
like
got
everybody really next win.
now we got to sit out here and see all these people make all these memes about this the Halaban going crazy in New York, bro. Then they putting the stuff on George Bush, bro. Bro, I seen somebody put an AI picture of Halliburton's face on Osama bin Laden, bro.
Bro,
Bro,
it's I don't know.
it's ridiculous, bro. And to like go off of like what Stephen A. Smith, he's not a superstar. He's hit big shots. Obviously, he's been hitting big shots as of late, but hitting big shots does not make you a superstar. It's a trait of being a superstar. Like you mentioned, like Robert Horry, that man made multiple clutch shots in playoff history, and he has 5 rings, but he's not referred to, was never referred to as a superstar. So why are we doing that with Halliburton? Now, if
My thing
Halliburton,
is, oh no, go ahead, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I saw a good like what makes a person a superstar, and I saw a good like just simple answer. People who don't watch basketball know who they are, like Stephen Curry,
Literally.
KD, LeBron, Jokic,
And
Doncic. Okay, yeah, Ant is a superstar, bro. And he done reached
yeah,
that stat. To me, Ant is a superstar. Like you done whacked multiple OGs in the playoffs. Like you out here murdering these old dudes, bro, in the playoffs. It used to be the
un-
Mavs that old Devin Booker and them. Not now it's the Timberwolves. Like y'all, they
mhm.
be handing out BTA to these old dudes, bro. So in that light, yeah, Ant is a superstar.
But like in like back-to-back years, Halliburton, like when it came down to the Bucks, he's played a Bucks team that's injured. Last year, both Dame and Giannis was out. This year, Dame came back for like one game and he got injured like I think like 7 minutes into the game towards Achilles. He's played an injured team, and then he played a Cavaliers team that will I don't know. It has either it's something to do with the toughness of some of the players, or they're actually injured. They were missed like 2 3 games, and then they came back and it wasn't enough. Now, so it's like Halliburton's not. as consistent when it comes to like the scoring. Like assists, he's gonna be a playmaker, but the scoring, he dropped 31 in game one, comes back last night, drops 5 and 16, gets you 16 points. Like that's not all-star. I mean, he's an all-star, but he's not a superstar.
Yeah, no. He's one of the most inconsistent people I've seen. Like, I won't say like, most inconsistent in the history of basketball, but like since I've been watching basketball and like being able to determine like, okay, that's their one option, that's their two option. Like, he's probably the most inconsistent one option I've seen in basketball. Like, I don't know anybody else. I mean, hate me for this. I feel like the only other person that could be, no, I'm not even going to say that. I feel like even Trae Young is more consistent than he is, but he's just very inconsistent, bro.
I feel like him and Trae Young are in that same level. Like Trae Young is not a superstar,
and it's like that's what I'm saying. Like Trae Young is only a superstar. Well, I'm not gonna say.
He becomes a superstar when he plays the Knicks.
Yes, he becomes a superstar whenever he's in MSG. But like when it's just him out there, it's like, bro, you only the one option because your team won't get you nobody else. Like, there are people that are way better. There are better point guards than Trae Young. Yes, I do like that he moves the ball around, lots of assists, like that's good. But at the end of the day, when it comes to people like him, like people will say, oh, well, Jokic should get a lot of assists, Luka could get a lot of assists, but those are two people that in the final 24 seconds, if there's only one shot left, if you tell me, do you want the ball in Trae Young's hand, Jokic hand, or Luka hand, I'm not picking Trae. So it's like, it's the same thing with Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, I don't know a superstar who goes, over to France or goes overseas and you don't get a minute of USA basketball time. I don't know anybody. I don't know a superstar that's ever done that other than Jason Tatum. But I mean, he's just a completely different story. Jason Tatum.
But he was balling this year, but that's Halliburton.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, like, nah.
Yeah, I hope.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and I hope the Knicks go ahead and get this, like the defensive stuff figured out, because Siakam, bro, for a long time, that man was known to be his only move was being like getting spin moves. That was about it. That was like, and this man drops 39 on you guys. There's no way there's no way that should be happening, bro. Like Siakam, there's no this is not to hate on Siakam. He's a good player, but he's not no 39 points in the playoffs against a really talented starting five of the Knicks. Good.
Right. Yeah, nah. No one on that team is. Excuse me, sorry. No one on that team is dropped 39 on the Knicks good, in my opinion. Nobody. So it's like, I don't know. I hope they get it figured out, man.
All right. Moving on to the Western Conference, we got the Thunder and the T-Wolves tonight. I think the Thunder are going to go ahead and win tonight also on this game 3 on the road. They're going to sweep
1-1, right?
No, it's 2-0. The Thunder have won. Thunder have won by like 15 the past first 2 games, bro.
I think Timberwolves get it done tonight. And I don't think so. I'm going to say that because out of just pure probabilities, it's hard to sweep somebody, and I don't think and the Timberwolves are ones to get swept.
I don't know, but that Thunder team lethal, bro. They line up.
That Thunder team is good, but okay. So J-Dub has played, questionably.
I mean, this series he's played good.
No, I know, but we're talking about the postseason. Everybody goes back to 0-0 once it.
He struggled against. He had some games he struggled against the Thunder, but he's as of late game 7 and on, he's been playing good.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like if he keeps it up, yeah, Timberwolves, you're looking at a sweep. You're looking at brooms here. But if they can catch a break, they can lock him up. If Rudy Gobert could play defense.
Rudy Gobert is
I,
not a factor, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That man
I don't
is
like him anyway,
buns.
but come on.
That man is buns, bro. The only
He
team he
takes
gonna
up space.
dominate. The only team he gonna dominate is the Lakers, and that's because they ain't got no damn center, bro.
Not as facts. That is facts. But it's
It
like
is. You need what's it called? Julius Randle to fix his cramping situation, if you
he
know
needs
what
to
I
get
mean.
back or something.
That man be catching cramps. And I think you meant that. I think that went over your head what I'm talking about. But
No, I get it. I get it.
that man, nah, bro. Cause how you go from that like 28 points to 6 points, bro.
I mean, we've been knew he could be shaking. We
I
know he could
mean,
be
but this
fraudulent.
whole playoff, yeah, I understand that, but the whole playoffs, this man's been balling. And it gets down to the one of the most crucial games of the series at that point in the series, and you're nowhere to be found.
I don't get it. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I got them winning I got them winning tonight, the Thunder, and then I got them winning the series, and then going and winning the finals. SGA is gonna get the Finals MVP. I'm gonna call it right now. He's probably the favorite if you look in a sports book.
He might be the favorite to win Finals MVP. My thing is just that like I don't know. Actually, nah. Knicks are fraudulent this year. I'm just gonna hop on the OKC bandwagon at this point because nobody else is impressing me. The Indiana Pacers, especially, you guys are the most fraudulent team out there because you guys are the most likely to get swept in the finals. Like you guys are the most likely to get swept. So
And I like honestly before the season started, I was gonna rock with my Cavs, and then obviously I
I
like
think we
LeBron.
all
But then I started to see like the Thunder. They started figuring their things out, and I was like, oh yeah, it's out of the It's I had it being the Thunder and the Cavs meeting each other in the finals. The Cavs were fraudulent yet again, losing the first. Or not the. They lost in the. That was the first round, right? No, second round.
No,
Wait.
it was their first round because they were the number one seed in the East. Oh wait, no, that was
No, it was their
yeah.
second round. Yeah, that
Who
was
they?
the second round.
Oh, they beat
I can't
they beat
remember
the
who it was.
Pistons.
Yeah, no, that wasn't them.
Who beat the
The
Pistons?
Celtics beat the Pistons. Wait, no, not the Celtics. The Knicks beat the Pistons.
So who played Orlando Magic?
The Celtics.
So we're missing one more team from the East. Who else made the playoffs?
The Bucks played the Pacers, and then the Cavs played what's it called? Shoot. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. I should know this one.
Bucks, Pacers, Magic. Were
This
they
is
really
ridiculous,
not?
bro.
Oh. The Magic. No, wait. Did the Magic play the
No,
Heat?
no, I told you the Magic played the Celtics.
Yeah, because they were saying we.
Oh,
Oh
the
yeah.
Heat played the Cavs. That's who it
Okay,
was.
yeah. Okay,
Because that's
yeah.
when Tyler
That
Hero got clamped.
bro.
That man was
That was
nowhere
an
to be
embarrassing
found.
series.
But yeah, like Thunder winning it all, hands down.
So is Nico Harrison going to keep his job?
Probably after he just got a rigged on first round draft pick, the number one overall pick. It's rigged, bro. Said it last night. Said it for a long time, bro. Rigged. There's no way they trade away a generational player in Luka just because he wants to drink some beer and do hookah, and then they get another. They get the first round draft pick right away, bro. Number one overall. Like, bro, in the NBA, they just throws it in our face, bro. Like I mentioned to you last night, the Cavs got LeBron. How coincidental is that? Chicago got D Rose. Like, okay, bro. Like, come on. There's no reason why we should be saving Nico Harrison, bro. That man's just a stupid GM. Y'all saved that man's job, bro.
Yeah,
That man definitely sacrificed the GOAT just for this to happen, bro.
that's crazy, bro. I don't get it. I mean, like I said, like a lot of these GMs don't be thinking, and I don't know if it's because they're actually in the position and they don't see it the way that we see it as fans and like spectators. But for instance, like Nico Harrison, why would you go and trade for Anthony Davis? You're worried about injuries. Davis got hurt as soon as he got to Dallas.
I mean, I don't think he wasn't worried about injuries. He's worried about he did it because there was more questions about Luka's health, which there was kind of honestly like people will say it's not really a concern. Obviously, there is a concern. Luka, you look at him, bro. There was a stat I saw. This man had 27 dunks in his first rookie year. In his rookie year, that doesn't sound like a lot. It's not really a lot, but it's a decent amount. And then you look at the past 2-3 seasons, this man's only had 3 dunks.
I told you
I've
never seen him dunk. So I've never seen him get up there like that.
And you look at how he was moving his rookie year, he was moving a lot better. That man could actually blow by people like real easily. And you look at it now, it's like I don't see that same. It's not the same.
Not the same explosiveness and stuff.
He's still a great player, but I want like if you pair that athleticism, bro, like his rookie year to right now, then bro, he'd be crazy, bro. I saw somebody say his number one op is American food.
That boy was down there in Dallas eating barbecue for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Him and Zion got the same meal plan.
Man.
Except Luka don't got a porn addiction.
Zion was like, I don't even gotta go in the hub no more. I can just get him. I can just get him through the DMs. Nah, that's crazy, bro.
But what were you saying beforehand?
I don't know. It's just kind of like, as a GM, I know you have like your worries and your concerns about health issues, but the people who were involved in this trade, I mean, everyone was saying the same thing: health issues. Anthony Davis, like, I remember they pulled up a visual. This man's been hurt on every single part of his body, like. And then on top of that, there was the Nick Richards trade, and that's why the Lakers, I feel like, didn't have a good chance in the playoffs. They had a chance, but it got diminished when they didn't go in there with the center. You guys are worried about a physical, yet you guys traded for someone who just got done explaining health concerns to you. So it's like, I don't know. These GMs.
I mean, that move was made for the future. If Luka could pan out, I feel like he can easily go ahead and fix it. Yeah, he's young. Yeah. He can go ahead and fix this stuff, and it'll be fine. Now the Lakers just gotta sign him for the future. But back to the Mavs, like in that regards, like you said, they traded for somebody who was injury prone. AD made of glass, and yeah, it's just how like it's just crazy. Like you just get bailed out like that. Like.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel, and that's one thing I've always said. I said, like, for the past few years, I'm saying not the Lakers. The NBA needs to start doing these, the lottery and stuff live, so people can see it and it's like, no, it's not rigged, bro. Because there's no way, like, we can't, like, we just got to go off of what was said, like, what's like somebody's word of what happened. Because the NBA could fix that. Because I know, I don't know if this is 100% true, but I remember, I was watching something and Shaq was talking about how David Stern, who was the old GM or the commissioner of NBA, asked him where he wanted to go, somewhere cold or warm, and he said warm, and he ended up going to Orlando. So,
yeah, nah, it's rigged. Well, we've been new. Like the NBA has always been, it's always been rigged in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary of the guy who was a ref and he was fixing the games by making controversial calls and stuff like that and telling people what to bet on.
Oh yeah, he got banned.
He got banned. Also, on top of that, you got things like, in The Last Dance, the spin move wasn't a legal move, but when Jordan was hitting the spin move into a fadeaway jumper, the refs were like, bro, what are you doing? Don't call that foul on him. Like the commission, they literally said the commissioner does not want that called. Like they don't want that called. So it's like the NBA is rigged, and sometimes the riggings do help excel the game, but at the same time, it's like it takes the authenticity and the legitness out of it. So, like you said, I wouldn't mind seeing the lottery pick on TV. I mean, that'd be nice. The NFL draft is on TV, so you know, I don't know. It would just make it better. It would make it more legit.
Yeah, but moving on, we get shoot, already covered that. Kind of already covered the Cavs, how fraudulent they are a little bit. Honestly, we could go ahead and hop into that because that was something I wanted to talk about. Cavs choked yet again, another playoff run, and they were favored to be the team that could either come out of the East or a team that could give Boston a run for their money. Now, looking at this now, none of the teams panned out and made it through, but the Cavs are probably the most disappointing, bro. That lineup, what they have should not have went out the way they did, and especially after making that move and getting DeAndre Hunter, bro. Like you went ahead and got somebody who was on your to be a wing player, which y'all so desperately needed, and that didn't help out much. Y'all lost. Damn near got swept by the Pacers. I don't and like I said earlier, Pacers are fraudulent. They're way overrated in my opinion. So where do you think like the Cavs go from here?
Well, it was a really good team. Like, don't get me wrong. That was a good team. Like multiple 15 game win streaks throughout the season. Um, in my opinion, I don't think you make any changes roster wise. I think they're fine. I
Really?
think yeah, I mean, what would you change? Who would you send away and who would you go get?
I'm trading Darius Garland, bro. I'm sorry. Like
Okay, that's
he's been
valid.
there for a minute.
I've
I'm getting
never
rid of Darius Garland.
I've never liked Darius Garland. If the Cavs really wanted to, they should have tried to send Darius Garland to Atlanta and got DeJounte Murray. That's what they probably should have did, but they didn't. But I mean
Cause bro,
that ship has sailed and it's gone.
because there's
But
multiple times that, like Darius Garland would like disappear when it came down to like the big matchups throughout the regular season, and then he missed like the first game 1 and 2 with if I remember correctly, it was like a minor injury to a finger, and it's like, bro, it's playoffs, bro. Kobe wouldn't like. I'm pretty sure Kobe is one of the players he looks up to. Kobe is not sitting out with a finger injury, bro. That man had a dislocated finger, had that literally put Pop back into place mid game so he can go back out there. Like, bro, like I'm sick and tired of Darius Garland, bro. He always pulls some stunt like this, like every year, it seems like.
in my opinion,
And
he's not good.
he's good, but he's just not like he's not what the Cavs need right now, bro. I feel like there's better point guard options that they could use or go out and get.
They could have
And
went and got De'Aaron Fox.
I don't know. I feel like the asking price for De'Aaron Fox would have been a little bit higher.
That's
I mean,
true.
unless they put like Darius Garland in like multiple picks, like first round draft picks, maybe that might be able to go through. And you throw in another bench player, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, when it comes down to it, you can't go and chicken out once it's time to, win the big
Mm.
game. So I mean, yeah, the Cavs were disappointing. I was really upset by that because I know me and you both really wanted to see them like go crazy this year. They went crazy in the regular season, but I know me and you both wanted to see them go ahead and like make it out the East. Like, so
They can't even do that. So, all right. Moving on to the MLB. Paul Skeens announced he is going to be playing for Team USA. That's two major superstars that we got playing for Team USA. We got Aaron Judge, who has already been named the captain of Team USA. Paul Skeens, who's most likely going to be our ace, unless we get somebody else. That's very huge. Who are some other players you think or we would like to see on this list?
give me at okay, so more all right, I'll give you my how many pitchers do you take with you to the World Baseball Classic? How many like starters do you take?
I don't know how many they take, but they take. Let's do like a regular starting.
Starting
Like,
lineup. Okay. So of course I'd have Skeens at the ace because he's Skeens. Catcher, either I'd probably say Adley Rutschman. Um, First base, Polar Bear Pete. DH. Actually, no. First base, Polar Bear Pete. Second base, give me Mookie Betts. Third base, shortstop, give me Bobby Witt Jr., of course. Third base, give me Alex Bregman. Right field, give me Kyle Tucker. Left field, give me Corbin Carroll. Center field, and this is where you could interchange. So if you wanted to bring you could either play Judge in center or you could have him DH.
Judge is going in the field, bro. There's no way I'm sitting him.
You send him out to the field.
Yes.
Who'd you bring for a D? I'm trying to think of like a true bona fide
Kyle
DH.
Schwarber.
Oh yeah, Kyle Schwarber. Okay, yeah, give me Kyle Schwarber at DH. I feel like that team could win. That team could win, bro.
And like honestly, it comes down to pitching because the past, like the last World Baseball Classic, or as long as I've been able to keep track of baseball, we've never really had like really strong pitching, unless it was like I think 2016 we won. In 2016 it was like we had a decent like pitching then, but like the last World Baseball Classic, there was no real big names for our pitching. All the other countries had the big name pitchers, but we didn't. So having Paul Skeens, it'd be cool. We get Zach Wheeler. I would say Garrett Cole if he was healthy, but I wouldn't even want that because he's coming back from Tommy John.
Bro, that'd be a crazy three. Skeens, Wheeler, and Garrett Cole.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy, but
gosh.
But unfortunately, that man's arm had to blow up. And but
don't get me thinking about things like that, and I can't have it, bro.
You can have it on Diamond Dynasty, but you can't have it in real life.
It's not the same, bro. That's such a crazy rotation. I can't even fathom that.
Yeah, if I had to pick, bro, I'm going Adley Rutschman, even though he's not having a strong season. Adley Rutschman, I'm going with Pete Alonso. Then I'm going with Bobby Witt over at second base. And not second base, shortstop. Austin Riley at third.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and go second base. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. Actually, no, second base, I'm putting Mookie Betts there now that he's playing middle infield. Aaron Judge, right field. Center field, I'm going with I would love to pick Mike Trout, bro. Grew up watching this man, but he's not right now.
You can't pick Mike Trout. He's in
Mike Trout. Jackson Merrill, I feel like that's a sleeper pick.
That's solid.
And who else is there? Damn. Left field. That one's tough. I'm gonna go ahead and get my DH out of the way then. Bryce Harper. And then left field. That one's actually tough. I don't know why I'm struggling with left field. Dang. I have to think about this one, bro. Left field. That's
Corbin Carroll at home, dude.
Corbin Carroll. I forgot about Corbin Carroll. So
I was gonna say he's playing good this year.
I'm taking Corbin Carroll. So yeah. But going up, like you look at all the other teams, bro. There's no reason, like looking at other teams. There's no reason why the Dominican Republic hasn't won, bro.
They haven't won.
I don't know if they haven't won, but since like I've been able to like keep track of like baseball and followed it like when I was younger, they haven't won since I've watched, bro. And like look at the team where they have right now. Like obviously they have Manny Machado. They can go with what's it called? Jose Ramirez. They can go with Fernando Tatis.
Yeah, he's Dominican.
Ketel Marte.
Vlad is Dominican too.
Yeah, Ketel Marte. That infield is solid already right there. But then Fernando Tatis is in the right field. Oh, like, I don't know if he plays shortstop for them, but they'd probably have him go stick into the outfield. That's a crazy part right there. And then the catcher, oh, it's not Wilson Contreras. I'm not sure who they would have for catcher. I have to go back and look real quick. But then you have like, yeah,
Is
like there's no
Santander Puerto Rican or is he Dominican?
I'm not I'm not sure. I don't think he's either. I might be wrong.
Mm,
But yeah, there's no reason why some of those like Caribbean island teams haven't been putting BTA
bro,
these
because
past few.
I ain't gonna lie, my Diamond Dynasty lineup be full of them, bro.
Literally, bro.
Bro, I don't know if I have any white guys in my Corbin Carroll, but like, so I don't know. All the best players on the game, all the best players in the league are
Got hit.
mostly from somewhere else.
Oh, they
Like,
got Ellie too, I think.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because like all the best players on my Diamond Dynasty team typically got Hispanic music as their walk up.
Exactly, bro. Everybody
So
in something. That'd be crazy, bro. That'd be a crazy lineup.
it really would. Yeah. Speaking of baseball, well, obviously speaking of baseball, but Orioles, I'm just gonna do a quick brush up on this. Orioles is over for them. I don't think they're this season is. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say their season's done, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it this early.
they're the third worst team in the MLB right now, right?
Yeah, third worst team, have one of the worst starting pitching staffs, and that front office screwed them. Where they should be competing for a title for the next decade, maybe even more. They're not going to be able to this year. I'm not saying it's over. Maybe they could recover in the next season or maybe the season after, but right now, this season's already chalked up, bro.
It
There's
doesn't.
no way. Like, there's no way you go from being like 2 years ago taking the AL East, and then now you're dead last, and your only teams that you're better than are the Rockies and the Sox.
That's
Like
sad.
that's a joke, bro.
That's sad, bro. That's not okay.
Nah, dudes want to be stupid about that. I can't. There's no excuse for that, bro. I don't like. I feel like GM's got to be held more accountable rather than placing all the blame on the
On the
the
manager.
managers.
Yeah.
Literally,
Because it's like,
because there's only so much a manager can do with the lineup that he's been given. Like I said, their starting rotation's terrible. Their offense isn't producing. Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson are both having down years, and those are supposed to be their superstars on their team.
yeah, it's been a bad way coming, or a bad, yeah, it's just been a bad time for them, dude. I feel like maybe I feel like maybe we just chalk them up this year and we come back and we revisit them next year.
I feel
Hopefully,
like
they do
I feel like
better, but I mean, you never know. That lineup might wake up after All-Star break. It'll be too late. I mean, I don't see a team going out there.
depends on how depends on if they can like manage to like stay on 500 now and then somehow. But the AL East, that's a tough division. You got the Red Sox, the Blue Jays are respectable, and then the Yankees. And then so with that being the case, your best odds, they're not winning the division. So your best odds are trying to make it as a wild card spot. And when you look at that, the teams that are in the wild card spot that are competing for that are pretty tough teams. The Mariners, I think, are first in the division, but the Astros could very much easily take that division. Maybe even the what's it called? The Rangers can fight for a wild card spot. And then looking at the American League Central, which is really good right now, you got the Twins, Guardians, Royals. Either one of those teams can go out there and take that division because they're not catching up to the Tigers. So
I was going to say,
those
don't
three,
forget about the Tigers.
yeah. So those three teams are automatically. I'm putting them right there for the wild card spot. The Tigers got it on lock this year.
I want to see them in the AL pennant game, AL pennant series. I want to see that.
What, the Tigers?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
feel
do
like
too.
I feel like they deserve it, bro. I
And
want
the
them to win
bro,
so bad.
and the crazy thing is, bro, you called it on the podcast episode probably like a few like a couple months ago, saying that the Tigers were gonna win the AL,
Yes,
bro.
bro, it's just something about the Tigers, dog. Like I once they put BTA on the Yankees, I was like, it's raps for all y'all, bro. It's raps for all y'all. It's
And I,
raps.
bro, and I also want to give them props, bro, to like how obviously it's just as much as like props to the players, but the fact that you got Gleyber Torres, what's it called, Javier Baez, both returning to like a decent form, and
Here,
for
Baez batting over 300. Come
I
on,
never was,
man.
yeah, like, bro,
If
we
you told me
under
that
that
last
man.
year, I would not believe you. If I set myself back in time to tell myself last year that Javier Baez will be batting over 300, I wouldn't believe.
Nobody,
I
because
wouldn't
bro,
believe
that
it.
I would have like bro, because that man, we got used to seeing that man batting like 210 or 190,
Right,
swinging at everything, bro.
bro. Literally
Like,
became a meme, bro. Like,
yeah.
you ever seen the meme where it's like, "Hey, bro, did you hit last night?" And then it's Javier Baez.
Javier Baez is whipping completely in a pitch in the other other
The
batters
other
box.
batters, yes, bro. Just like, bro. But I'm actually glad for him. I was never really like a Cubs fan or anything like that. I love Chicago. I love Chicago sports though, so it is nice to see either team doing good. But it's like, you know, it kind of makes me happy for him in a sense because bro was like, it almost looked like we were never going to see Javier Baez again if he kept playing the way he was playing. Um, so I don't. It happened to Javier Baez. Maybe Tim Anderson might wake up next year. Give him another year. But yeah, go Tigers, man. Now I need to go get like a Kerry Carpenter or a Scooble or a
You got to get a school. That's the big name over there. And oh, I forgot about Torkelson. This man, bro, if
yes.
people were ready to write off Torkelson, this man's returned to a good, like, a great form for them, bro. So Tigers, I can be right there with you. I like to see them make a run in American League.
Yeah, I like to see it.
Now, now with everything we just saw last night, Ronald Acuna first at bat hit a home run, bro.
Braves are
First
so
bat,
back.
first home run. I mean, first pitch.
Braves are so back. They. It's actually nice that we know for a fact they're not at full power right now. No Strider just got Acuna back. Um, I don't know. It's a different team in some way, shapes, or form. Uh, and to see Ronnie come back and just go yard 400 and something feet, first pitch, Braves are so back. They were able to manage to stay at 500 too and wait for him to come back, dude. I feel like we got a ball game in Atlanta now.
Because people were ready to write them off because they started off like 4-11,
Yeah, I started
4-13, terrible, and now they've picked it up. You got one of their young superstars back, and it's like it's only up from here, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, baseball just got exciting again. Ronald Acuna's back. Watch him still go out there and snag 50 bags this season too after a late start.
50 bags is
Watch,
a little questionable.
watch him go out there and still snag 50 bags, bro.
It took him a whole season to get to 70. What makes you think he's gonna get 50,
He's making up.
having already missed 2 months?
He's making up for lost time, bro.
Yeah,
All
all
right,
right.
I'll be reasonable. He'll get 30 bags. He'll go snatch 30. Even then, I'm pushing it, but Ronnie's the
I'll
type.
say 20.
20. Nah, that's too low. It's not even All-Star break yet. He still has to play all the way through June. If he could snag 15 bags, if he could snag 10 bags before All-Star break, he'll get 30.
All right. All right. All right. Moving on to NFL. Who would you say are some winners and losers of the off season?
Cleveland Browns, you're a loser. You're a winner and a loser at the same time, but you're also a loser.
How are they a winner?
I mean, you
The
see
only
anybody
win they got is they retained Miles Garrett. That's the only win they got.
you see anybody else get a good QB for $36 million discount?
No, but there's also they still got to pay that massive contract out to the Groper.
Dang, how much do they owe him?
His contract was fully guaranteed, and this was only going to be his third year.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Oh,
so
that sucks.
I mean, the only win they got, yeah, getting Shadur Sanders late in the fifth round, and you got him for 4 years and 4.6 million, but you ain't getting no other wins, bro. To be honest, bro, you're not gonna be a team to really compete in the AFC North. You just aren't.
Yeah, they're not gonna be competitors. They're gonna be a free that's a free money line, you know, pick this upcoming football season. But another loser, Saints, you're dumb. Um, Not even a week later, your fan base dropped a diss track, so you know you lost.
They
Oh,
lost Carr, drafted a 26-year-old quarterback.
bro's broken the same shoulder bone twice, broken a leg. I saw that man make a Will Levis like turnover, and that's who he reminds me of. Tyler Show is going to be the next Will Levis. Quote me, and if I'm wrong, so be it. But he's going to be the next Will Levis, if not even worse than Will Levis. I'm sorry.
They better. I said it last night. They better let Spencer Rattler start, bro. I don't care if you drafted Show, bro. There's a reason why you didn't draft him in the first round. Because if he was first round draft pick, okay, you start him. But Spencer Rattler has earned that chance to be able to play with when he has healthy weapons, bro.
Yeah, it's
So
just like I don't know. You're throwing. See, my thing is they need more because, and we were talking about this last night. Teams know Kamara's all they got. Once Chris Olave gets his head knocked off, Alvin Kamara is all they got left. Out and my thing is, it's like I don't know. You guys do this to Chris Olave every year. This man gets pummeled year in, year out. You never get another wide receiver to take some of that load. So it's like, but that's kind of been the story for them. What was that? Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas was out there getting beaten battered too. That's why he's not around no more. Like,
no, he's not there because there's some character issues and stuff.
probably from all
And
the PE he got.
Michael Thomas, no,
Was he not also getting his head knocked off?
I'm not from what I could recall. Not
Oh,
really. They were
okay.
calling him Slant Boy though.
Why? Because he just ran a lot of slants.
That's what it seemed like. He always got a lot of receptions and stuff.
I mean, but at the end of the day, he's not the one drawing up the player calling it, so you can't even be mad at him. It's not like, I feel like this is different from being called free throw merchant. If you're calling somebody slant boy, then you need to call the coach slant boy because that's what he's sending them on. But I don't know. It's just like the New Orleans Saints are probably the biggest or one of the biggest losers in the draft, if not the biggest.
I'll go ahead and say that I'm not trying to sound biased, but I'll go ahead and say one of the winners is low key the Packers. You finally went ahead and got a wide receiver in the first
And you
round.
guys got Matthew Golden too.
Yeah, so hopefully he pans out. If he does, that's an even bigger bonus. There's some things that they need to address too, but there's still time for that. There's also who else would I also say was a winner? Damn.
I'd say the Bears are winners. No bias.
You gonna say that? You say that every year. We going to the
We
Super
got
Bowl.
we got a new defensive. Who's the defensive tackle from the
Grady
Falcons?
Jarrett.
We got him. We got Joe Thuney. We got some more offensive linemen that aren't bums. We went and got Colston Loveland. who could play a receiver-like role and also be a tight end while still having Cole Kmet. So we got dual tight end options. Defense still looking good. Brisker should be back and healthy. Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson. You got Tyree Stevenson. You still got Tremaine Edmonds. It's a good team. On paper, it's a pretty good team. You went and got Ben Johnson. That's a W offseason for
Yeah, Tremaine Evans isn't really as high up though. That man's overpaid, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not no Bobby Wagner. He's not
Because you
no
look at because
no.
you look at what his grading is on Pro Football Focus, he's overrated.
Hey man, look, I'm gonna take what I can get. All right. He's
I bet
not that he's trust me, he ain't no old Bears linebacker core. Like he ain't no Brian Urlacher or nothing like that. We don't it'll be a while before we get some in our hands like that, I feel like. But he's good.
y'all,
He does his job to a certain extent.
y'all get excited for 6-11 season after previously going 5-12.
And you can't tell me that Luther Burden III isn't a top notch pick though, especially for the round we got him
Y'all
in.
ain't gonna do nothing with him.
Cap.
It's not cap.
Cap.
Just knowing the Bears, trash.
Cap.
All right, we gonna see.
Okay.
We gonna
Well,
see.
that looks like everything we had on the list for today. Unless
What do
you
you? I was gonna ask you something else on NFL, and then I had something to circle back to you about NBA. I had completely forgot I was gonna ask you about.
all
But
right.
NFL, who do you like? These are some hot takes I was gonna ask you. I had found the list. Who do you think? Would you say not Steven Adams? What the heck? That's basketball. Stephon Diggs wins comeback player of the year with 850 plus receiving yards.
850 plus?
Yeah. Agree or disagree?
It was an ACL injury, right?
Yeah.
Didn't DeMar Hamlin win one year?
Yeah, but we know that
Yeah,
was
Stephon Diggs could win, bro.
especially since he's the number one option in New England too. So
If we giving out participation awards, then you might as well give it to Stephon Diggs, bro.
all right, Chargers take the AFC West and make a run at a title.
You know I'm a Chiefs hater. Give me the Chargers, bro. Give me the Chargers. I hate the Chiefs. I can't stand the Chiefs.
Overrated. I agree with you. They overrated.
You
Chiefs
winning all
fans
these
don't hate to
games
hear
by
that.
a field goal. You suck.
Overrated. Way overrated.
All that just to get blown out by the Eagles.
Saquon Barkley repeats as the holds the running back title for most yards in the season.
I say he will end up. I'll say he'll get the most rushing yards because I feel like that's a hard offense to adjust to. Do I think he'll break 2,000 again? That's hard. I don't know. I think we were talking about this. We don't know if anybody has ever broke 2,000 back to back before. That's a lot.
Not that I
So
know of.
yeah, I've never heard of anybody breaking 2,000 back to back before. I will say this though. If within by week 8 he has 3 games of 200 yards, you might as well give him the 2,000. Because if by halfway through, you said what?
That's a tall ask.
The tall ask, but how many times has he already ran for 180 last year? I mean, hold on, let me look this up really quick because I want to see. Because you don't get to 2,000 that easy. I don't care if your season is 17 games. That's a lot of yards per game. Let's look at these splits. I mean, okay, not 200. If by week 8 he has 3 to 4 games of 150, give him the 2,000. I mean, look at this. Green Bay, 109. Atlanta 95, New Orleans 147, Tampa Bay 84. These are big numbers. New York Giants 176. He let them know, like, and I don't blame him. Cincinnati 108, Jacksonville 159. Division team, Washington Commanders. He put up you might as well say he put up 300, 150, 146 in the two meets. Like, I mean, hey, if this man sits there and averages just about 100 again, because his rushing yards line used to be like 109 game, bro. 109
At
and
the
a half.
end of the season, yeah, it was at like 110 and eventually got up to like 130.
Yes, bro.
It was
It was
crazy.
numbers. Like, it's numbers you don't see. It just doesn't look right. So, yeah.
All right. Moving on to the back to the NBA. I had forgot to ask you about SGA's MVP. Do you agree that he deserved it, or do you believe it should have went elsewhere?
This is a hard question for me to answer because, all right, so in this scenario, this is kind of like trying to compare, like, let me see, this is like trying to say who's better, Steph or LeBron James. They
That's
don't even
not
play.
hard. LeBron James is better than Steph.
Whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa,
not
whoa.
even a question.
Save that discussion for a different day, my brother. But, um,
Don't sit up. All right, you're gonna stick on topic, but you wrong.
who's better, Steph or LeBron? First, it's hard to me. And I'm just saying that matchup because it's like that's not even something I would really argue on any kind of day because it's like it's pretty obvious who's better.
Go
But
James.
well, yeah, I'm gonna say LeBron has had more effectiveness in his career, but they don't even play the same position. They're not like that's what I'm trying to say. Like SGA and Jokic, the way that they fit their teams is different. The OKC, they don't play a lot of like yeah, they run plays, but they could play ISO ball. Like they're like a hybrid in between the mixture of those. You're not looking for someone on that team to go out there and give you 8 assists every game. You know what I'm saying? With the way that the Nuggets play, they're more of that like, all right, let's play some nice fundamental basketball. You pass it to me, now you go cut to the basket. Like it's just the way that they're ran. But if we're talking basically or just like purely off of their stats and like their effectiveness for their teams, I mean, it's pretty obvious who's deeper in the playoffs right now. SGA deserves the MVP. Like,
Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of people who will say SGA, oh, he's overrated. But he gets a lot of free throws. He still leads the league in points without free throws, and he's honestly one of the best scorers in the league, bro. SGA, when you look at it, bro, people complain. One of the biggest things they complain about is the flopping, which he doesn't do a lot of flopping, to be honest, and it's the fact that he gets a lot of free throws. Well, when you look at it, a lot of big stars in the NBA get a lot of free throws, bro. You're like even Giannis. Giannis averaged more free throw attempts than what's it called? SGA did. So where is like why are you at a narrative? And then LeBron at times would get more free throws throughout his career more than at the same rate. So it's not uncommon for big name stars to get more free throw attempts.
right. I mean, you ain't wrong, bro. It's just it's just how it goes. Like, that's just how it be, you know? And
Yeah,
like when it comes down to that nitty-gritty, maybe sometimes you might have to try to draw that foul, bro. The game's not really going your way. Y'all might be getting smoked. Y'all need to slow it down a little bit. Go ahead and try to draw that foul. Like that's the
bro.
game. That's the game of basketball. That's the game, bro.
And bro, and also here's a stat for you. When you look up the players who have the most attempted free throws in a single game on this since the NBA merger, bro, what's called SGA isn't even top 10 on this, bro. Yet alone, he doesn't average 10 free throws a game like some other players. There's players like who he's been compared to is James Harden. James Harden averaged 4 more free throws than SGA did, bro. Especially that his MVP season in the 2018-19 season. There's Shaq, Giannis, all multiple other players, Jordan, excuse me, from like starters, for example. So it's like you gotta like stop making excuses now. We know Jokic went out there, averaged a triple double. Props to him, and the team needed him to do it. But SGA, I feel like, yeah, he 100% deserves it. But to kind of like play devil's advocate, you think the reason Jokic didn't win is because of voters fatigue?
I mean, yeah, who wants to see the same MVP every year? That's not, and it shouldn't be and I get it. It shouldn't be oh, he won too many times. We got to spread it. We got to spread the love somewhere else. But in my opinion, I don't know. Like, I'm tired of just giving Jokic the MVP just because he averages a triple double. His team requires him to drop a triple double. He's got to go and do that, or they're not going to win.
But isn't that what the definition of MVP is? Most valuable player to that team, or most valuable player in the league?
But if SGA doesn't go out there and average 30, 31 a game, is his team going to win?
Possibly. They got J-Dub. You got Chet. I'm not saying they would be as effective as and being a 1 seed, but they still be a respectable team. If Jokic doesn't play, bro, they lose, bro.
False, because the Nuggets beat the Lakers without Jokic and without Jamal Murray. So it's like, hear me out now. Hear me out now. Hear me out now. I know you know what game I'm talking about, bro. I know you know what game I'm talking about. The Nuggets beat the Lakers without Jokic and Jamal Murray. It has happened. I watched the game.
Okay.
They beat the Lakers and they beat the Warriors. Or no, it was the Warriors. They beat the Warriors without Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Okay. That's a one instant thing. I'm talking about like a continued success throughout a whole season.
So who do you think without their superstar would have better success throughout the season? You would think that
not saying they would be like better without their superstar, but I'm saying they'd be able to still be a playoff team.
I never said better. I didn't say better. I won't say better as in like, oh yeah, they're gonna be better without them. Who would be better off? Who would still be able to survive and make it the way that they did without their superstar? The Nuggets or the Thunder? You think the Thunder would be better without Jokic?
Nuggets? Or the Nuggets are frauds, bro. Jamal Murray is not like that. I mean,
so you think J-Dub and Chet is enough for OKC?
Never said they're
and all
enough,
those role players.
That's a good mixture right there.
It's a good mixture, but you think that that's better than Jamal Murray, MPJ, and Aaron Gordon, and Russell Westbrook?
No. I'm sorry. No. Yes, it is, bro. Russell Westbrook is a shell of himself, bro. Westbrook is a shell of himself. Jamal Murray is nowhere to be found unless he's playing the LA Lakers.
I don't want to hear that.
It's the truth. Ever since Jamal Murray tore his ACL, he has not been the same exact player as he once was before. And it's evident. You go look at the numbers, bro. OKC would be a way better team. They'd be a way better team, or not a way better team without SGA. They'd be able to hold their own better than the Nuggets would be able to hold their own without Jokic. No rebuttal to that?
I'm looking something up.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't to sit there and say, and honestly, to say that to go against what you said about the voters fatigue, I don't care if there's somebody who's actually, if we're tired of seeing a player win the MVP, that's on the rest of the league, bro. That's on the rest of the superstars. There's players out there who should, like, if they're showing they are the MVP, why not give it to them? LeBron should have way more MVPs than he does now. You're telling me this man LeBron only has 4 MVPs? There's been multiple times where that man LeBron could have easily won another MVP, but they gave it to somebody else, and it was somebody who wasn't as obviously. Don't get me wrong, he was good, but just wasn't better than what LeBron was doing. Like you look at LeBron in the, I'm trying to think when was it, the 10-11 season. I understand they gave it to D Rose, but LeBron should have won it that year. If you look at the year that KD won it, LeBron should have won it then, bro. So it's no, I can't sit there and agree with the voter fatigue and stuff.
I was trying to look for something from just this year. The Denver Nuggets have a 22-34 record without Jokic all time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think SGA has missed that many games.
And that's one of the benefits. He's very durable.
Okay, so he's 5-1 without Shy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I know it's a smaller sample size than Jokic, but still, it's like
The Thunder are 78-96 without Shy all time.
they're 78 and what?
The records percentage-wise are the same. 78 and
But
96. It was 15 and 28.
this is all time. We're talking like honestly, this needs to be a more recent stat, bro. Because Shea was not the same as he was like when he first got to OKC.
Well, let me
Because
see.
that team when they first got to OKC, it had Chris Paul there. There wasn't really any other pieces. They were still building.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah, the Nuggets are 4-8 without Jokic this season.
Exactly.
So,
But I'll stick on what I said. SGA deserves the MVP. I agree with you on that.
well, then not. I mean, if Jokic is out here, I mean, yeah, I like SGA, but if Jokic is out here really the only one that lets the Nuggets win, then hey, bro.
But still, I feel SGA is better. What he can do,
Yeah, I feel like
he's the best, one of the best two-way players in the league.
okay, but that's what I'm also saying though. It's like it's hard to you're trying to give an MVP between a center and a guard. Like you can't compare that. You can't ask the same from both of them.
I mean, you can.
That's not
You can be
reasonable. You're
you
not
can
going
be
to
the
ask
best player
your
in the
your
league as a
center to go
point
play
guard.
guard. You're not going to ask your center to go play guard.
That's not what they're saying, but that MVP is for the best player in the league and who's the most valuable. You can be the best player in the league as a point guard or even as a center.
Okay, but that's why I'm saying that's what makes it hard. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just going off. I'm saying it's hard to compare the two. It's hard to give an MVP to either one when it's already hard to compare the two. They're both supposed to do different things. Yes,
It's not hard if they're dominant.
Yes, a center dropping a triple-double is good. He's averaging a triple-double. That's good. But also a point guard who's out there giving you steals and scoring 30 points a game is also good. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
You can still grade them the same, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you can grade them the same. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's hard. I don't know why you keep going back and forth with me. We're not arguing. I'm just telling you it's hard to do.
I'm not okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right. All right, bro.
Like, bro, do I gotta crash out, bro? Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm saying it's hard. That's it.
Oh, bro. Ooh. This news just came out that Alex Bregman is out for an extended period of time.
You're late, bro. I knew about this. Yeah, you're late.
Where was this?
Bro, this was announced like hours ago, bro. They called up Marcelo Mayer.
Yeah, I saw that. It was with a quad. He had a quad injury, bro.
Yeah, you're late, dog. Yeah.
Dang.
That's been going on since about 11 o'clock today.
Well, I wasn't watching baseball at 11 o'clock today, so
I didn't watch baseball. I just was on my phone.
I ain't get no ESPN notifications. That's crazy.
I get a lot of my sports news from Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, I do too. I just wasn't looking on there. That's
ESPN
crazy.
doesn't send me the stuff that I want to see. They just report on big stuff, like when Jokic got traded at 12 o'clock in the morning. I thought ESPN got hacked or something because, like, what in the world? Trade alert at midnight? But
Trailer at midnight.
trade alert at midnight.
That's what I said. Like
Yeah,
what?
you don't remember that?
No.
Bro, it was like 12 in the morning when Jokic got traded. And when we got the news about it.
Jokic. You mean
Or
Luka?
Doncic. Doncic. When Luka got traded, it was like 12 o'clock in the morning, bro.
I'm trying to remember that. That bro, it feels like that's been a year ago already.
I think it
But
was in
yeah,
wintertime when that happened, no?
it was yeah, it was
It was either January or
December.
February.
It was like December. No, February was like the trade deadline. But December, I think it happened
Uh,
in December, right before
oh,
Luka was about to come back from his calf injury.
okay, yeah. Yeah, it was like 12 in the morning, dude. And everybody was like, what in the world? Went to Twitter. I went to Twitter. I went to Twitter immediately. So
All right. That's all we got for this episode. You can come back. Definitely have to come back pretty soon. There's more stuff coming on with baseball heating up. Aaron Judge just got his first home run at Coors Field, bro.
he hit one yesterday.
Yeah, I know. And that was the crazy thing, bro. That was his first home run ever at Coors Field.
Wait, for real?
Yes. He had hit a home run at all the other ballparks except Coors Field.
Oh, dang. Well, I think Tess just pulled up, so I've got to go.
All right. This man.
All right.
All right. We'll catch y'all later. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to get notified whenever we drop an episode or anything. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you.